There's one supply that paper crafters absolutely love the look of, but secretly avoid using. I mean, adhesives show or layers can get a little awkward, and that elegant piece of vellum goes right back into the drawer. Well, today we're changing that. Hi, I'm Julia with Julia Sue's Stamping, and I'm so glad that you're here to hang out with me for a little bit today. If you're watching the premiere, I'd love for you to head over to the chat and say hi. Let me know where you're watching from today. And if you're watching the replay, then please leave a comment below. I love hearing from you. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time of your day with me today, and whether you're watching live or catching the replay, it means more than you know. Well, before we dive in, I'd really appreciate it if you would please give the video a thumbs up, hit subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, follow me on social media. All these things are absolutely free and make a really big difference to my tiny business, so I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, let's get started and make vellum feel easy, elegant, and fun. I do have a free PDF tutorial available on my blog, so please be sure you check it out. We're starting off with a pretty peacock card base. This has been cut as 4 1/4 by 11, scored and folded at 5 1/2, and don't worry if you don't get all the measurements. Remember that PDF tutorial is available for you. This deep rich color is perfect for vellum. It's going to give us contrast without overpowering the softness. Color choice matters when vellum is involved, and this one is going to do a lot of the work for us. Next, I have a piece of vellum that's been cut 4 by 5 1/4. It's been dry embossed with the Birchwood 3D embossing folder. So here's an important tip for you. I used a 3D embossing folder because I wanted to have that specialty plate combination and no extra shims at all. Vellum is delicate, so less pressure is better. And if your vellum cracks, it's almost always too much pressure, not your vellum. Here's a big question that I get when it comes to vellum. How do you adhere it onto the card? I like to take a big glob of it, put it onto the silicone craft sheet, and then using a sponge dauber, a thin layer is put onto the back of the vellum. I like to use the silicone sheet because it's easy to clean and it's perfect for projects like this. I can get the adhesive right up to the edges of the vellum, and you want to be sure that this is a thin layer. You don't want to see any of the glue showing through. You want to have it be nice and thin and consistent. I'm doing it especially on the edges here, and then I'll go into the center a bit. Here we are. And then I'll really have to look on the other side to make sure I don't have any bits showing. The sponge dauber is perfect for this, as well as the silicone craft sheet. Here we are. And I'll look to see if I can see any bits of glue, just a little bit right there. Now I'm moving the sheet, bringing in the card front. And that very thin layer onto the back really helps. No wet spots. And this is a step that's the difference between loving vellum and never using it again. Gently placing it down. All right. Oh, that's perfect. And you can't see any of the adhesive at all, and yet it is on there. It's on there really well. And just like that, this card comes together and the vellum is going to stay beautifully invisible right where it should. So with the vellum adhered, let's take a closer look at this finished card. You see that base of the pretty peacock, the vellum panel dry embossed with the birchwood 3D embossing folder. That soft texture adds interest without competing with the rest of the design. It's grounding everything. We've got a little strip of the Nature Walk Designer Series paper and a crumb cake grid pattern along this left side. A layered Designer Series panel that has some pretty peacock on it, Lost Lagoon, matted with Lost Lagoon, and placed just slightly right of center. And that small shift in placement is going to keep that card from feeling static. The die-cut foliage in Pretty Peacock, Lost Lagoon, and Coastal Cabana adds movement, while the sentiment, Thinking of You, from the Friendly Foliage stamp set is popped up with dimensionals, and it floats right over the stems. A few Lost Lagoon faceted gems finish off the front with just the right amount of shine. This card is a really great example of using vellum as a background layer. It softens, adds texture, and it disappears exactly where you want it to. Vellum doesn't need to be tricky, it just needs the right roll. Now inside the card is a panel of basic white that has been cut to my usual size, 3 3/4 by 5, matted with some Lost Lagoon to help have some interest. It's clean and simple, ready for a heartfelt message. A beautiful card front deserves a finished inside. Now we're going to flip the script, and this time vellum isn't in the background, it's the star of the show. We're going to start with a basic black card layer. It's been cut like 5.5 by 8.5 and scored, and now folded at 4 1/4. Black is going to give us that instant drama, and it makes everything layered on top of it feel very intentional. So when you want vellum to stand out, a dark base does half the work for you. Next, I've added a cherry cobbler panel that's I believe it's like 4 by 5 1/4 on underneath this Designer Series paper that is Nests of Winter. It's been cut to be 1/8 of an inch smaller. I'm going to put it onto the card front with some dimensionals to give it a nice pop and shadow on top of the card. I'll put one in the middle for sure because I want to make sure that it doesn't kind of bow down or bow down in the center. There we go. Place that right on top. There. All right, the layering here adds richness, and that helps it keep from getting busy, and dimensionals create depth, so the vellum won't feel flat later. So now for the focal point. I took a piece of vellum cut to 1 3/4 by 4, and instead of dry embossing, it was heat embossed. This is where the vellum shifts from soft to striking. See how crisp and polished this looks on the vellum? It's completely different from the frosted softness of dry embossing. So heat embossing will give your vellum confidence, clean edges, and some bold shine. For the adhesive on this one, I'm going to apply the liquid glue directly to the back of my vellum, and then I'm going to spread it out using the sponge dauber that I only use for glue, and I have it on top of the silicone craft sheet so that I can get all the way up to the edges without worrying. And I want to make sure I don't have any wet or pooled spots. Set that aside. And now it's been put into a very thin, even layer. And because the sentiment is bold and embossed, that adhesive is going to completely disappear underneath. And just like that, this card is finished. that vellum really takes center stage. The card started with basic black. It was layered with cherry cobbler, Nests of Winter, designer series paper, giving it a rich contrast. And that sentiment, the thinking of you with you in mind stamp set, heat embossed in silver on the vellum. It's a crisp, elegant focal point. Well, inside we've got a panel of basic white, matted with cherry cobbler, keeping everything clean and coordinated. And I love the rhinestone basic jewels, just for a little bit of shimmer. So now let's shift gears and look at vellum in a completely different way. Vellum isn't just for embossing, so I'm going to show you a really unexpected, great way to use it. Starting off with a basic beige card base, and this one is 5.5 by 8.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4 to do a landscape card this time. The card front has been stamped in early espresso using the Extraordinary Flora stamp set and covering the entire front. So when you stamp edge to edge like this, the background is going to become part of the design, not just a layer. And then next, die cutting the largest circle from the stylish shapes with a basic white. I stamped with love from that same stamp set in early espresso toward the bottom. Now I'm going to go ahead and adhere that circle to the card front. Just overlapping the edge a little bit and basically between the top and the bottom. And then the extra bit of the circle trimmed off with a pair of scissors. So now let's go ahead and talk vellum, because washi tape is fabulous on vellum. I took some of the Extraordinary Flora washi tape and adhered it directly onto the vellum, and then I die cut it using the coordinating die. So while I had that out, I went ahead and also did some little pieces from the friendly foliage out of the vellum. And that way we're going to have some really fun look on this card. Oh, I love it. I mixed in those few vellum die cuts from the friendly foliage. Finish it off. A few white pearls of beauty. Inside we've got a basic white panel matted with some early espresso to tie everything beautifully together. All right. Now that you've seen vellum in action a few different ways, let me show you a couple more finished examples. This first card features the die cut word because from the Words of Beauty dies, and that vellum is used as the final layer under there. There are 3 layers total. You've got the pretty in pink on top, a crumb cake underneath it, and then vellum closest to the card front. This vellum layer adds softness and gives that word just a little separation from the background. Vellum doesn't shout here, it finishes. What I love about this is how the vellum acts like a visual cushion. It keeps the word bold but gentle, especially on this sweet floral card. And it's a great way to add elegance without adding more color. So if a die cut ever feels too harsh, then just know that vellum is your fix. And then the final card uses vellum in a completely different way. Here you can see that a full panel of vellum is layered over a boldly stamped card front, and instead of competing with the background, it softens it and allows the sentiment of just because you're a great friend to really stand out. And in this way, the vellum is a filter. It's not a focal point. So this approach is perfect when your background is busy, your stamping is really bold, or you want your sentiment to take center stage. The vellum helps quiet everything down without covering it up. Sometimes the best design move is subtraction, not addition. I love all of these examples because they really show how versatile vellum can truly be. I mean, you know, it can be soft, it can be bold, it can finish a design, it completely transforms one. It's the same material with absolutely endless possibilities. So now you've seen vellum as a textured background, right? And you've seen it as a focal sentiment. Here it is a washi companion. It's a die cut layer, and also as a soft overlay. And this is exactly why vellum deserves a spot on your craft table and not just sitting in a drawer somewhere. All right, well, let me know which of these techniques with vellum you're going to give a try. So if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would absolutely love to be your crafty cheerleader and help you with your crafting journey. Remember to grab the free PDF tutorial. That's it. How easy are those? And really fun, interesting ways to use vellum. They add elegance and it's fun. Thank you so much for choosing to hang out with me for a little bit today. I truly appreciate it. Whether you were here for the premiere or the replay, I love seeing you and just spending a bit of time with you crafting. Thank you for your support and your encouragement. It means so much. And if you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support. It means a lot to my really small business. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day today and that you have a chance to get inky. Bye.